about. We worked on a piece with Rusty Creasy, if you know who that is. It was really cold, really cold. I remember riding in the boat with Rusty. Boy, that thing is crooked. Camera got a gangsta lean. What's up? I'm Steven. Hello. I'm going to attempt to clean this desk and talk to you at the same time. So, hope your duck season was good. Mine was limited for the reasons we're going to talk about in this video, but I'm not complaining. I'm happy. We're all good. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. All right, so in this video, I want to talk to you about working with brands. Now, just so you know, I own a marketing company called Vertical. We've gotten an opportunity to work with some cool brands over the years. But this video isn't about me. This video is about trying to help you if you're interested in putting yourself in a better position to work with brands. Now, I'm just a dude who has a background in marketing, who likes to hunt, started taking a camera, got some cool opportunities, and at this point, I'm just trying not to screw it up, okay? So, there's a lot of people that are way better at this than I am, but I just work really hard, and like I said, try not to screw it up. So, one of the things I see oftentimes is people will reach out to a brand. I've had this conversation at trade shows or whatever, and say, hey, you know, I'd like to be able to shoot some photos or videos for you, maybe in exchange for product, or if you have a pro staff or this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay, cool. What products of said brand do you own? Well, I don't actually own any. Okay. Well, to me, that kind of looks like that person's just looking for something for free. So my first tidbit is lead with value. Here's what that looks like. Let's say you want to work with Company A, and you have some of Company A's products. Congratulations, you're halfway there. Go take that, go shoot a bunch of images, go set up a photo shoot. Like, go treat it as if you would a professional. Set it up, do a photo shoot, or just shoot it in use. Send that to that brand. Jump on their Instagram DM or DM some of the other people that you might follow that are associated with the brand. Send it to them and say, hey, here's something I want you to be able to use if you feel like it's good enough. If it's not, give me some feedback. I would love to know what I can do better. But send it to them. Don't be the person that reaches out and says, hey, I want to work with you, but I need you to send me something first. It's like, no, buy their product, make sure you really like it, and then send them something to use. If it's good, like, that'll take you from there. If it's not good, just know you might need more practice, okay? The second thing is don't be so attracted to the giant brands. Start small. Work with small brands. The reason for this, I'll tell you a story. I used to work for a marketing company when I was in sales, and when I was one of the younger sales guys, most of the clients I worked with didn't have big budgets. They were your small clients. I mean, I was a young dude, one of the younger sales reps. It's just kind of how it goes, you know, the hierarchy. One of the managers told me one day, I guess he could tell I was a little discouraged, but he said, hey, just remember, the big companies were small at one point. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And that made it a lot easier for me to think about it that way. How can I help this small company that I'm working for turn into one of those big companies? They need people like me, or in this case, people like you, helping them shoot content, produce different things to grow. If you have one of those companies that lives close to you, reach out to them and say, hey, can I come by and learn about what you guys do? Take a camera, go shoot some photos, go shoot some video. Give them something in exchange. Don't be so attracted to all the big brands, because the big brands, yes, they have big budgets, but they also have a lot, or bigger budgets, not big budgets, bigger budgets, but they also have a lot more people that are willing to shoot their stuff for free or in exchange for product or whatever. So, you know, you're really creating competition for yourself, which is not a bad deal. The best work's gonna stick out, because as the small companies grow, you're gonna be part of that, and that's important. And one day you'll be able to look back and be like, yeah, awesome. We helped this small company get here. And then lastly, you should also know it's not all it's cracked up to be. Okay, so as a person who does this, You still have to get up as early, maybe earlier than everybody. You have to go through, do all the things that the hunters do. You just have a camera. I think about this year we worked on a piece with Rusty Creasy. If you know who that is, here's a link to the piece we worked on. It was really cold, really, really, really cold. And I remember riding in the boat with Rusty, and we're going. It was 3 days in a row. We going back to these holes, and I finally told him, like, man, I'm so glad you're driving that boat because it was cold and I was just not feeling it. I still had to have my camera out. I still filmed some of that. You still have to do all of the things. It's a little bit easier when you're excited and you're going out and you're going to shoot something. You put your hands in your pockets, you know, um, till something happens. But like when you're being the camera person or the creative person, like you got to be documenting that stuff as it happens. You got to be rolling, right? You're filming or snapping photos as it's happening. Really, really early mornings. There's really, really late nights because when everybody's done hunting and they want to go take a nap, we've got to charge batteries and dump cards. We got to get ready for the next shoot. Most of the time, what we do is in an 8 hour day. I worked on some stuff at the tail end of this duck season where we were going to sleep at midnight, waking up at 2. I wasn't filming the entire time, but again, you have to kind of be ever ready for when a moment is developing or what somebody says, and you're making sure you get it and all that other stuff. So it's also a lot of traveling. If you don't have kids and you're not married, there's a lot more flexibility. You can really live that wild and crazy lifestyle. But when you have a family and you have kids, being away is hard. Also in the outdoor industry, it's not like big corporations, so you might have to be flexible on when they can pay you and when they can't, and how much that looks like, and this, that, and the other. So that's also something to take into consideration about getting paid as a creative person. Are you one who needs the money, or can you take products? Sometimes it requires both to get it done. So anyway, I don't. Social media has a way of making things look cool. I don't want you to get so caught up in um, being a photographer and being a videographer is this super awesome thing. It's really cool. And I'm very, very, very grateful. I want to make that clear. This is the career I chose. It's what I love to do. But it's also hard. It's also a job. And then the last part of that is it's really cool when you get those cool shots, but just remember when you're working for a brand, they get to live the glory first because they're paying you or working with you to put out the imagery or the videos and stuff, and you get to live the glory second. So once they put it out, then you can put it out. And then last point I meant to say about the small companies, don't feel like you got to work with them forever, because as your portfolio grows, you might want to work with different bigger brands, other brands. You might have an agreement where it's just a little bit of money and you might want some more money and they might not be able to do that. That's fine. So maybe go into it and say, hey, I'd like to work with you for a year. I'd like to shoot some stuff with you for a year. Once we get to this point, maybe we can do 2 years, or maybe 2 duck seasons or 2 hunting seasons or whatever. And then we can reevaluate after that. Don't feel locked into anything. Communication's key. Leading with value is even more important. That's how you stand out. And just know that it's not all rainbows and butterflies, that it is still at the end of the day very hard work. But if you're not scared of that, man, have at it. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful, and I hope that I didn't ramble too much. Sorry. See ya.